Perfect day to everyone. I'm Ai de la Cruz from the #1 music channel, Mix. And for today, we have an international artist joining us. He's actually a Phil-Am singer, songwriter, and theater actor. He's joining us all the way from San Francisco right now. Please welcome Kurt Tijamo.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for giving us some of your time. Did I pronounce your last name correctly, though? Is it Tijamo?
Yeah. No, it was perfect. Yeah, it's funny. Over here, like, people have a little trouble with that. They're like, Tijamo? What? But, you know.
Tijamo. That's cute. Yeah. That's cute. Okay. So, Kurt, please say hello to our Filipino viewers right now. It's 11 a.m. here, so maybe you can greet us. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. And I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Well, we know it's 7 p.m. there, and can you tell everyone like where you are right now? You look like you're, under some kind of stairway.
I'm in a dressing room in rehearsal right now because I'm doing theater is back over here, and so like I'm doing a musical right now. So I'm calling from like I stepped out to do an interview. I'm calling. I don't know if it's audible, but you can like there are like people singing and dancing and acting really loudly on stage, like in the room behind me.
So it's a bit audible, but it's a great ambiance for this interview. And you're making us miss theater because, of course, here in the Philippines, they're not open yet. Musicals,
unfortunately,
still don't have the green light here. But it's great that in another part of the world, you're doing it there.
The horizon is like with insight. You know what I mean? Like
Yes. So thanks for the teaser now in this interview. Okay, so tell us about the musical you're doing. What's it called? And for our dear kababayans who might be there in San Francisco, how can they watch it?
Well, it's a workshop of a new musical about Marie Dressler, who was a great stage star and movie star, like in the 20s, 30s Depression era. It's being written by Lauren Mayer, who is San Francisco based, and the show goes up this Saturday at the Prochero Theater for anybody who's in, or at the Prochero stage. At 7:30 on Friday and Saturday, if anybody is in the Bay and wants to come see the show. Yay!
And what's your role there? What are you doing in the play?
I'm playing a soldier right now. He's kind of like he's kind of a tragic character. Actually, it's a very emotional part.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, we'd love to see you do a musical here in the Philippines as well. But while we wait for that, all right, let's do a little backgrounder on Kurt Tijamo for everyone watching right now who wants to get to know more about you. Okay, let's start with your roots. So, as I said in the intro, you are Filipino American. So, can you tell us like which side is Filipino, where in the Philippines he or she is from?
Yeah, my mom is Filipino, and she comes from Manila, born and raised. So my mom and all of her family, they're all like born and raised in the Philippines. My lolo, the way that they ended up over here in the States is that my lolo is a World War II veteran, and he was a guerrilla soldier fighting under Douglas MacArthur, I believe. And for his service, they're like the Filipino soldiers are promised like U.S. citizenship. And then obviously
No
the
way.
American
Wow.
forces have to flee. And then like 40 years later, like in the 80s, the United States government is like, hey, we never did that. We should give those guys their citizenship. So in the 80s, my Lolo gets his, I believe it's the 80s, he gets his citizenship, comes here for a year, and then all of a sudden brings the entire family over. And my mom was like already in college, but she had to like kind of like come here and start over. And from
Wow.
there, she met my dad, and then they're in California, and then I was born, and now here I am. So that's like the kind of truncated like how my family ended up in America.
That's really quick history lesson. And it's
Right.
great that you're
Sorry.
playing a soldier now. And you said the
Yeah.
play is set in like in the 30s, 40s. So that's like World War II, right?
Yeah, or World War One. Like he's like this is like in the 20s is when my character is. So it's like
Oh,
World War One
20s.
era,
Okay,
just
okay.
post World War One. But yeah,
Oh,
around that time of the
wow.
history.
Circle of life.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
I mean my Lolo is a great inspiration to me in all things.
Mm-hmm.
So getting to like kind
Oh.
of apply that to different contexts is serendipitous.
So since you were born and raised there, of course we want to know how Filipino are you exactly? Like, did you grow up eating Filipino food? Do you know some Filipino words? Would you visit the Philippines often when you were younger, maybe?
So I'm born in I'm like raised like very Phil Am, because like so my both my parents are like my whole family's like working class, right? So like both
Okay.
my parents were like both going to class. They were taking college courses like when I was a kid and working all day. So like
Mm-hmm.
really like my cousins and I were like raised by our Lolo, you know what I mean? So so like and
You were very close then.
yeah, so I'm like very close to like, those Filipino roots, although I don't speak Tagalog, unfortunately. I do know like some. I know when I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? Like I know I know all like the bad words,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean like I do know some like conversational things, but like just like a very little bit. Like at family parties, like I can like kind of eavesdrop on the adults and kind of like catch a little bit of it. And like for a while, I was like working in a actually I was working in a Filipino cafe called Hope You Like It, based in
Mm-hmm.
San Fernando Valley.
Oh,
Shout out.
hope yeah,
Um,
hope
yeah,
yeah,
Hope
like it.
Ya Like
Oh,
It. Yeah,
cute. Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty funny.
Mhm.
And so like I was working there, and like, people would come in and like just assume that I spoke Tagalog, and so like I would have to be like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I know what you're asking for. I know. I can totally understand.
Fake it till you
So
make
like
it.
yeah. So yeah, that's like the extent of like my Tagalog kind of language. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, like I was raised, going to prayer meetings, singing in prayer meetings. There's karaoke at every party. You know what I mean? It's like all of like the Phil Am kind of things about my family. I was raised like doing like very close to that culture.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like where the Filipino is in me, I guess. And like Filipino food, oh my gosh, like nothing better. Like
What are your favorites?
my favorite Filipino food.
Mhm.
When I was a kid, you could not keep me away from dinuguan and the palabok. And it was really funny because like the adults would always do this thing where like they would like try to trick me into eating dinuguan, and it's kind of like they're like it's chocolate beef, and I'm like I know what this is, and I like it. You don't have to trick me. Like it's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, that's very Filipino. Yeah, dinuguan and palabok. Yes.
yeah.
Okay. But even though you grew up in doing karaoke's and everything, we heard that it wasn't actually until you were in high school that you discovered your love for music. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my dad plays piano, and he like composes music and stuff. And he taught me to play piano when I was a kid, and I kind of thought piano was just going to be the instrument that I had.
Mhm.
And then when I was 13, they bought me a guitar, and I became like a walking, talking cliche. Like I was like, oh, when I was 13, I got a guitar, and then I started writing songs. Um, well, actually, no, I didn't touch guitar for a long time, and I discovered AJ Raphael and Gabe Bondoc and Jeremy Passion on YouTube,
Oh.
and those were like the big like Filipino YouTube stars, and like that was
Mhm.
just such a like a mind blowing like oh my gosh we can do this. So that was like really inspirational for me. So I was like always writing songs, but I didn't think like I was gonna do music. You know what I mean? I didn't think that was gonna be like my thing. I don't know. I thought I was gonna be like a doctor or like a lawyer or something. You know, like what my mom wanted me to do at
Filipino
first.
moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Get that business degree. You know.
Hmm.
And then I don't know. Like when I was 17, I decided to join a choir just like on a whim, and then I auditioned for like the school musical. They were doing Les Mis
Hmm.
high school, which had no business doing Les Mis, to be honest. But okay, you know, I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And then I got cast, and it was just like, whoa, like I love performing and like this theater thing and like just music in general. Like this is amazing to me. So I discovered that like really like you know it was always a hobby, but then I realized like, oh, this is like a passion. This is like a life choice, you know. And from then on, it was like no question. I was like, I'm going to study music in college, and like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life in any form that I can. So yeah, I guess that's like a long version of that answer, I guess.
Wow. So did you end up studying music in college? What was your like focus
uh,
or
yeah, I
major?
studied. I actually studied opera in college. Yeah,
No
classical voice.
way.
Yeah.
What can you like do a little line from one of your maybe
Oh,
opera songs that you
I'm
learned?
not sure if I could pull that off right now, because I am backstage.
Oh, okay, okay. They
But there
might
are
hear it.
videos of me singing, and so I could share some of those videos.
Oh, really? Okay. What do we
Yeah.
have to search for on YouTube or something?
So you would look for Kurt Winterhalter, which is my opera name. It's like separate from Kurt Tijamo, right? So like Winterhalter is like the American
Winterhalter.
name, you know. So and then
Oh.
you could find me there singing opera.
Where did the name Winterhalter come from? Is that like your? I mean, did you think?
It's like my dad's last name, so it's like that's like the my because my dad's German Irish. And
Okay.
so like that family is Winterhalter. Well, actually, Winterhalter, if you're really like wanting to do like the German.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, blood-wise, you are German, Irish, Filipino.
Yeah, it's more like Filipino and then like small sec like German Irish, like like quarter German, quarter Irish, and like half Filipino. Yeah, because my mom's like Pole,
Oh,
so.
exactly. Okay. Okay. Thanks
Well,
for
yeah.
clearing that up. So I thought you just invented that word like I want to be Winter Halter.
No.
So it's actually your dad's
No, yeah.
last name. I thought it was like an
Yeah.
artist name or something. Okay.
It's actually
Great.
kind of a cool name. Like in German, when you translate it, it's like winter holder is what it translates to. It's like really, it's
Ooh.
like if you're like Skywalker energy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice. Like
yeah,
if you were cast on Game of Thrones, that would have been
yeah,
a pretty cool name.
yeah,
Especially winter is coming. We have the winter
yeah,
holder
exactly.
here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now let's talk about your single, You and Me. You know, after discovering your love for music, this is what you want to do. Now, finally, you're part of Curve Entertainment. You have a new
Yeah.
song out. It's called You and Me. Tell us about the song. Like, did you write it? What's it about?
So I wrote this song during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like I guess a lot of songs, you know, just came out of the pandemic. But like really, I wrote it because like the pandemic had just started, and like all of my life was like halted, you know, and like I was like, no, like I had all these things that I was going to do, and all these big things that I was going to do, and all of a sudden, no
Mm-hmm.
more, and I'm just stuck in my room, like like I'm 14 again, and all I have is my guitar, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And like I found myself like daydreaming quite a bit, right? So the song is like, you and me, I'm seeing you and me on cozy days and autumn leaves. And I'm just like thinking about like, oh God, wouldn't that be nice? Like, wouldn't I love to be like doing something else right now and just kind of like cuddling with someone, you know what I mean? Or like being on the beach and just kind of like being basically anywhere except here, you know what I mean? And just envisioning like my perfect day. Um, and so that's kind of like where the song came from. It was just me being stuck in my room, just like not being able to leave and just wishing I was anywhere else, and doing anything else. Um, yeah. And then that's how I wrote the song. I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
where like the inspiration for the song came from. And yeah. And then over the summer, it was just like a really cool thing of like collaborating with the producers at Kindred Productions. Shout out to you guys are awesome. And like we were like sending tracks back and forth to each other like via like Google Drive, you know. It's like it was like I was like, whoa, this is so 21st century.
Exactly. That's how songs are made right now. You could
Yeah,
be in different parts of the world. You just upload everything, and that's it.
yeah. It was incredible. It was an incredible experience. And like those guys are so easy to work with, and they're so professional. It's just like their vision, you know, like when you find like a group of people that you can like bring something like really honest and vulnerable to, and like I wrote this
Mhm.
song, I like made this demo, and like you bring it to somebody who can like realize your vision like that, it's just like it's the best feeling in the world. It's amazing.
Mhm. Now, one other thing that I noticed in your song is that you were doing guitar solos, in different parts of it, and um, the influence of John Mayer is very evident in your
Yeah.
song. So, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, anybody, any kid in like, like the like 2000s to even now who like wants to write songs and like plays the guitar, a
Mhm.
bunch of John Mayer songs. And like John Mayer is just like everywhere. Like yeah, so like a lot of my lead playing, a lot of like the blues kind of bass stuff is from John Mayer. I think a lot of inspiration is some of the like more shreddy kind of stuff that I do is more like Eric Johnson, kind of like maybe
Mhm.
some like Yngwie Malmsteen like shred guys that I try to emulate.
Do you have
But
shred
yeah,
videos online though? Like, can we
yeah, a
see
few on my
some?
Instagram, just a few.
Oh, okay.
That was also a project I had during during the pandemic. I was like, I'm gonna
I
learn to
knew
play
it.
guitar. Like I'm gonna learn to play, you know?
Like all
I'm like,
shredders I know would have like a video posted somewhere because of course, every song that you shred on, you really work hard
yeah,
on it. So
yeah,
it's impossible not to post it.
right, absolutely. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Tijamo Music, and I got a few guitar videos on there, quite a few. So yeah, John Mayer. The other influence, I talk about this all the time, maybe too much, but like Gabe Bondoc was like
Mhm.
my songwriting idol growing up. Like I learned to play guitar by watching his videos, and like so there's gonna be a lot of like anybody who like knows how to play, they're gonna be like, oh, I've seen where those fingerings come from and stuff, and like that hand
Mhm.
position. Like, oh, I know what he's doing. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it's funny how Gabe Bondoc, AJ Raphael, Jeremy Passion. You've mentioned them. They're a huge influence on you, but they're actually also big here in the Philippines. So we really understand where you're coming from. I think the bunch really gave birth to a generation of
yeah, they like
musicians.
changed the game for real. They're
Yes,
legendary.
yes.
Like,
Like they were like the pioneers of YouTube, along with like Boyce Avenue and everything. During
oh
that
yeah,
time. I'm not sure if you're
yeah,
familiar with.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, that whole YouTube musician circuit era thing. Like
Mhm.
I was a mega fan. Like I was so caught up in it.
Well, now it's your time, Kurt,
Yeah, it feels like
and
it.
we can't wait to see more of your music. Do you have more lined up? What can we expect from you for 2022?
Just more music coming out. There's always writing songs, and there's like a few more songs that I'm planning to do with Curve right now, and then we'll see where it goes from there. And hopefully, I really hope at some point I'm able to come to the Philippines. Like I really want to go over there. But that's like long-term goals. Like that's my dream. So.
Are there Filipino artists that you listen to, perhaps, or maybe you'd want to collaborate with, given the chance?
Yeah, I mean, most recently, I was hooked on Kaki Panginina's latest album about her space. It's like a
I'm sorry. Can
no.
you repeat that? You kind of lagged a little bit.
Oh, sorry. On Kaki Pangilinan,
Yes, Kaki
her
Pangilinan.
latest, yeah, her last album about her space. I like heard like just one track from. I heard like the most popular track, and like I remember it was funny. I was driving from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and I had that album on like repeat like the entire time. Like it was like
Wow.
it was like no skip, like all repeat all the time. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
Well,
If
maybe
if
you
it
guys
ever
could meet
came
up
to chance
someday,
that one day
because
I could work
she
with her,
would
that'd be
she would
amazing.
visit the states often. So maybe you guys can meet up someday.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
think
one
she
day,
studies
maybe.
there or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's like the legends, like there's like Leia Salonga. Oh my gosh. If
Mm-hmm.
like I've like met her once or twice in my life, just like as a fan, like not like interacting with her, but she like signed something or something, there's like a meet and
Ooh.
greet. But oh my gosh, if I ever I would die. I
Have you
would
seen
die.
her
I would like
perform
literally.
live?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I saw like a whole concert of her just like doing like her thing. And it was just like I'm
How
so
about a
like,
musical?
oh, that'd be amazing. Oh my gosh. That's the dream. That's the dream.
Oh. Well, we hope your dream comes true. And it's also funny that you mentioned Kaki Pangilinan earlier. I just remembered I read something where your family's a big fan of Sharon Cuneta, her mom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like my mom always like would always sing Mr. DJ like all the time. Like it's it's like it's a catchy one.
I'm sure your mom would really freak out if you collaborate with Miss Sharon Cuneta or even
Oh my
Kaki
gosh.
Pangilinan. So
That'd be
we
amazing.
hope that that comes true in the near future. But for now, I would like to ask for a special message, perhaps for your Filipino fans watching right now, Kurt. And where can they follow you online?
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you everyone for tuning in and listening to me ramble on just like about my background and my music. I really appreciate it. And like seriously, like from the bottom of like my heart to anybody who like um, listens to my music, identifies with my music, or like maybe just if my music is like I don't know, like brighten your day, even just a little bit, or if you've enjoyed it in any set, like thank you so much. And like I really believe that music is one of the most amazing things that human beings do. Um, like as a species, and like the way that we connect with one another, and getting to connect with people like that is just like that's like my mission statement of my life. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram at Kurt Tijamo Music. You can find me at the same moniker on Facebook, as well as YouTube. It's Kurt Tijamo Music all over. So
Thank you so much, Kurt. We look forward to meeting you in person. We hope you can do a show here in the Philippines.
oh yeah,
But for now,
absolutely.
while we wait for that, everyone watching, please do stream You and Me. It's now out. It has a lyric video. It has a visualizer on YouTube as well. So do stream it. Do watch it. Enjoy You and Me. Let's all, picture that perfect day. Let's all daydream in our houses while we wait for, things to subside. But
Right.
thanks again, Kurt, for joining us. You can go back to your rehearsals now. Good luck on the play.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, everyone. This has been an exclusive interview with Kurt Tejamo. Once again, I'm DJ IE De La Cruz from the #1 music channel, Mix. Bye, guys.